What's up guys, 6Speed here with Amp Media. Today I'm going to show you how to get started streaming on Twitch in 2020. Super easy using StreamLabs OBS. I'm going to walk you through step by step to get everything that you need. If you are using other streaming services like Mixer, Facebook Gaming, things like that, I'm going to show you how to link your channels with your StreamLabs setting. So this video is still apply to you, it just won't be the same exact steps per streaming software. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First thing you're going to want to do, you're going to open your streaming software of choice and go ahead and log in. Like I said, we're using Twitch, so I'm just going to log into my Smurf account here. Once you're logged into your account, you're going to go up here to the top right and go to Creator Dashboard. It's going to bring you to your dashboard here. You can download streaming software right from this, but we're just going to go into our preferences here and go to Channel. What this is going to do is it's actually going to bring up your stream key. So the stream key is the important piece here because that's like the identification code for your channel. So you're going to plug this into your streaming software settings. It's actually going to tell your streaming software that when you go live, hey, stream to this channel right here. This is my channel, not anybody else's. You don't want anyone else to get a hold of your stream key because if they do, they can stream to your channel and essentially stream whatever they want because it's not their channel. It's an easy way to get banned, easy way to get in trouble, so just don't give it to anybody at all. Once you found that, you can go ahead and Streamlabs, go to streamlabs.com. You're going to download Streamlabs here. Once you have Streamlabs downloaded, you can go ahead and actually log in, and it'll have a login based on the streaming software that you use. Since you're logged into Twitch already, it's going to automatically log you in there, and then you're ready to start working on the stream. One big thing you need to remember is always run your Streamlabs as an administrator. What this is going to do is it's actually going to improve like the processing power of the actual program. So normally when you don't run this as an administrator, it's going to prioritize your games, going to prioritize Discord, whatever other programs that you're using. So by running as an administrator, it's actually going to improve performance, it's going to prevent frame drops, all that sort of good stuff. You're going to have a much higher quality stream, much smoother, and you're all set to get started. The bottom left here, you're going to want to go to your settings and then go to stream. So the stream key that I showed you in your software settings before for Twitch, you're going to want to copy and paste that right here in the stream key box. Like I said, this is going to link your Streamlabs with your Twitch account so it knows where it's supposed to be streaming to. So go ahead and hit done, and then we can start working on our sources. So right here, you'll have your sources menu. You're going to hit the little plus sign here to add a new source. First one that we're going to add is going to be our game capture source. So the cool thing is OBS actually gives you a function to add a display capture, which will just capture your whole screen. But then it also gives you a function to add in a game capture. So that way, if you're multitasking, if you're doing other things like while you're playing a game, the only thing that's going to show up on your screen is going to be just that game. So if you click off on other things, drag other things onto the screen, they're not going to show up in your actual stream, which is awesome. So you're going to go ahead and add source. You can rename your sources if you want. I personally don't rename mine, but it's completely up to you. And then just add your source here. So it's going to bring up your settings for game capture. You're going to want to change the mode to capture a specific window. And then the window that you choose will be whatever game you're playing. I don't currently have a game open right now, so just for the sake of things, I'm going to set it as my Spotify. And then all the other settings you can basically leave the same. You can uncheck capture cursor if you don't want your cursor to show up, if your game doesn't require it. But most of the time you're going to want to leave that capture selected, so we're just going to hit done and we're all set. Next source we're going to add, we're going to go ahead and here do an audio input capture. It's going to add like your microphones, any like audio mixers that you might be using. Very simple. We'll just add source. Like I said, not going to rename it. Go ahead into your devices here. If it is your default device, you can just leave it the same. I'm just going to click microphone. That way I have the proper device selected, and then we'll go ahead and add that in. You'll notice down here on the right that it's actually going to add in an audio capture on your mixer. So you're going to have a mic and an audio capture. What I do is I just mute the audio input capture and then just use the mic setting. So it's going to give you, it'll keep your sources right at the top there. So it's very easy to find like within your audio. So go ahead and add another source. We're going to add in a video capture device. So this is going to be like your webcams, your capture cards, things of that nature. Gonna go ahead and add source. You see that I'm using a C922 webcam. What a lot of new streamers don't realize is that you actually can change the settings of your webcam within OBS, and it's going to give you a lot better picture than the default settings here. So what you're going to do, you're going to go to resolution type over here and then change that to custom. So the resolution that you're going to use is based on whatever like monitor you're using, whatever the camera's best set up for. The C922 is going to work best with the 1080 resolution, so that's what I'm going to set it with. FPS, we're going to change the highest FPS. Just make sure we're getting the best output, best frames possible, best performance. Video format, it's going to give you two options, YUY2 and MJPEG. Doesn't really matter which one you pick, just find out what works best for your stream, which gives you, in your opinion, a better video quality. Mine personally, I use MJPEG, so I'm going to stick with that. Color space, again, it's going to give you two options. See which one works best for you, go from there. 601 works best for me, so that's what I'm going to pick. Color range, you're going to want to do full color range, and then buffering and audio output, you can leave the same. So I'm going to go ahead and hit done. And then with any of the resizing you can do, you just click on your source down at the bottom here, and then you can resize it with a little drag and drop, and then move it to wherever you need based on what game you're playing. Another important thing to note too is sometimes when you add your game capture, it's not going to fill the screen completely. A big mistake that I see a lot of streamers make is that their game capture is not fully fitted to their screen, so they'll have like extra black area on the outsides, or it'll be too far inwards where you're cutting off stuff on the edges. So an easy way to fix that is just to right click on your game capture here, go to transform, and then hit fit to screen. That's going to perfectly center your game in your stream screen. It's going to fill all the edges out perfectly, and it's going to look nice and clean. Next source we're going to add here is we're going to go ahead and add a audio output capture. So what this is going to do is it's going to show, like, it's going to have the audio come through from your game, any music that you're playing off of your desktop. Super simple. Just going to add that source. No other settings to change there. Just leave it as default device. And then again, just like with the microphone, I'm going to go down here to audio output capture and mute that. It's just a lot easier to find for me to find desktop audio and mic aux at the top there, so I just do that for simplicity's sake. So the last source that we're going to add is going to be your alert box. Your alert box is just what's going to tell people like you followed, you donated, you subbed, you got a host, all that sort of stuff. So it's very important to have. You always want to make sure that you have it at the top of your sources list, because the source list is actually going to prioritize like where your sources show up on your actual stream. So the alert box, you just hit done. You don't have to change any of the settings for it. You're going to want to have that at the very top of your source list here, because essentially what that's saying is that that alert box is going to take priority over everything else and show up above everything. So we're going to go ahead and just resize that down here. Like I said, change the size, change the position to wherever you need, but that's what's going to show up when you have somebody follow or sub to your channel. Very important. Last thing, like I said, ordering matters, so for the sake of it, I'll add in an image there. If you have any overlays or things like that, this is what you'll use to add those in. So we're gonna go ahead and add an image. I'll go ahead and grab my webcam overlay that I use just for the sake of the video, and then position that wherever you need. You can also use the arrow keys to like fine-tune the positioning of things. And then you can throw in your video capture here, just fit it like within your overlays and things like that. So I'm just gonna drag mine over into my overlay here. You'll notice how that I have my image above my video capture in the sources list. So it's gonna prioritize that image over top of my webcam. If I move that image down below the video capture, then you'll notice that my video goes on top of the overlay, which we don't want. So we're just gonna put it back above. Now the last thing that you're going to do, it's okay too if you have a little bit hanging over the edge there. That's not going to show up. It's just basically like empty space that's not going to be there. You'll notice here too that in the mixers you have like audio feedback. You're going to want your mic to show up like right at the very top of that green level into the yellow. If you're in the red, you're a little bit too high, and if you're in the lower end of the green, you're going to be a little bit too quiet. So I'll also show you in a future video too how to add in like mic filters, other advanced OBS settings to get you guys like with a more cleaned up stream. But this is just showing you guys how to put together like a very simple, easy like streaming setup just to get yourself up there and playing games. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to like the video, leave a comment down at the bottom. Subscribe if you are new. We're going to be putting out videos and tutorials for OBS. Here at our channel, we do a lot of fitness videos, gaming, cars, all sorts of stuff. Stay tuned for the next one. Like I said, we're going to show you all those advanced features of OBS and how to really amp up your stream game with clarity, quality, all that sort of thing. Drop a comment down if you have a question. Hope to see you guys in the next one.